Yes, I'm here, but I'm not alone. I've got one of my best friends in the world with me, Bishop Briggs, Lollapalooza 2019. How are you?
I am great.
It's so good to see you.
It is so good to see you.
You've been so busy, though. Really, I mean, I always say thank you for your time, but especially right now, because you've done crazy. Massive amounts of shows and festivals, and you've squeezed 2 new songs into the routine.
Yes!
And you're doing what? 1, 2, 3, like 4 performances here at Lollapalooza 2019.
Yes, there is a lot going on, but I am so grateful and in disbelief over the whole thing.
I gotta know, your energy is always 100% all the time.
Thank you. That's very kind.
But it's got to be. I mean, does it ever get daunting looking at the schedule of what's coming up, or something like this where it's like, okay, so I'm doing an after show on Thursday night, but before that I'm going to do a bunch of interviews, and I'm going to do an after show, and then I'm going to get there early because I'm going to do more interviews, and then a side stage, and then I'm going to do more interviews, and then I'm going to be live on Alt Nation.
Okay, when you say it that way, yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said it like that. Yeah,
I'm like, my heart is racing. No, what I will say is, so I, as you know, performed many years in LA.
Yep.
And not in like a ritzy, glamorous way. I kind of experienced a lot.
Yes.
You know, like
kind of bare bones.
Yes.
Small crowd.
Yes. People looking at their phones.
Yep.
So like even the fact that there's like a green room, I'm like, wow.
A green room.
Yes. So I have to say, because of my prior experience, there is like a lot of the things that maybe would like tire someone else.
Yep, spin you if you will. Yeah.
I think I kind of have a different perspective on it because I know the other side.
Yes.
When you know the other side,
it's not easy.
Yeah, and I think it's also about like working with people that know how to schedule you in a way that is for your mental sanity.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You need carve out a half a day, carve out one day. Just go have fun and do something that is not related to what you do.
Yes.
Not that you don't love it.
Totally.
But flip it a little bit.
Yes, because even, I mean, like yesterday was crazy, right?
Yep.
It was like a lot of press and then the show at night.
Yep.
But the show at night didn't start till midnight. So I just kind of got to like watch Real Housewives
and be you for a little while,
for a couple hours. Yeah. So it's kind of finding
Bishop Briggs for that moment.
Kind of finding those little moments of time.
Okay, but then I also read tweets that even though you just gave us 2 brand new songs and you're doing all these shows, you're hanging out with our friend Flay and you're working on what?
Oh my gosh!
Are you writing, or
she has a little studio set up in her bedroom.
Of course.
Okay, and she had told me about it. She had told me that she records a lot of her vocals in it.
Yep.
But this was kind of the first time that I was like, I'm actually free if you want to just write something. And then I told her what was happening with my life.
Yep.
And then I said, what do you think is the most compelling? Because I knew what she was going to say, which is like, it was the worst part of the story.
But
I was
a good sounding board.
It's a good sounding board. And I was like, what's the most compelling? She was like, that line is the most, that's the most.
So build off of that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I have to show it to you.
Okay.
I should show you a little clip. I feel like it's very, I think it's very foster the people, just like Alt Nation vibes.
Oh, shouts to Mark and everybody listening to Bishop Briggs on Alt Nation right now. And we have Champion, which is a monster. And we have tattooed, and we have tattooed on my heart, which is that other thing too, in a great way too. Champion is just like uplifting. You just want to flip a table over and just and then put it back nicely, of course. But,
oh my gosh,
but and own it. But then there's tattooed on my heart, which maybe have similarly sounds like maybe it started with a line and you crafted around it.
100%.
And what about then now? Because when we hung out at the Bottle Rock, there were new songs on stage, but us fans, we didn't hear them in context of finished songs being pushed out there yet. Now we quite obviously have, and now we get to sing along even harder with you.
I'm so happy. Yeah. I mean, yes, that's exactly it. And I think with the releasing of these 2 songs, I mean, with Champion, I kind of felt as though I was being a shell of myself, not only in the relationship I was in at the time, but also just as a woman. I was feeling as though like I had to be so many different things at once. It's like be confident but not too confident, like be humble, and then it's like be sexy but be cute, and like all this stuff. And I was like looking at the men in my life, and they were confident because of things that made them feel proud. Right. They owned it. What a foreign concept. And I was like, that's incredible. And I don't doubt that there are some men that experience what I'm describing. Just in my circle of friends, it was women who were describing the similar feeling. So I was like, wow, like what if I could say I'm a champion and not go, well, I don't know. I mean, I am, I don't know. But say that I'm a champion because I work hard, I treat people the way I want to be treated. Like that is enough, you know? So I wrote it with Flay. And it is weird calling her K-Flay because I know her as Christine.
Yes.
But it couldn't have been a better person to write it with, because she, is one of my biggest supporters in the sense of like me as a human, and like we've always connected on like kind of being these like, I don't know, alt girls. Like we kind of found ourselves like in like the festival circuit being like, hey, you're the only alt girl and I am
gravitate
too.
Towards,
and we kind of had similar experiences and stories. And so it was really great to write it with her. And then with Tattooed on My Heart, that was, I constantly am reminded, of this person. There are so many tattoos we got together and tattoos that remind me of him, but I never regret it.
Yeah.
But the thing that I like can't stop is like I can't stop loving him, and that's like still a work in progress for both of us, because we both
that's life. You're
love
living.
each other. Yes,
you guys are living.
It's
under the microscope. Are you writing lyrics and sharing your music with thousands and thousands of people at a festival? But you got to live your life, Bishop. Right?
Yes.
You got to fall down, get up, and keep going.
Totally.
Yes.
Totally.
All right. So I'm going to let you go do your 5th or 6th performance here at Lollapalooza in a second. But we have these 2 new songs, and I selfishly will hope that there'll be more as we get into the next few months or later this year or something. Yes?
Yes.
All right, good. I'm not going to ask for details yet because I know it's not time yet. But I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
And I'm
really
looking forward to continuing to have Bishop Briggs in our lives here on Alt Nation and what's to come.
Thank you.
Right on. Go have fun now.
Me. Okay. Thank you for
having
me.
Bishop Briggs, Lollapalooza 2019, of course, here on Alt Nation.